Welcome back to TuneUp Tuesday. My name is Joe Gambino, and today we're going to talk about common faults that I see in the squat with the trunk leaning forward. Okay, so if you commonly find that, there are two reasons why that might happen. It can either be a stability problem or a mobility problem. So if it's a mobility problem, two ways we can figure out if it's a mobility problem is one, testing the ankles, and two, testing the hips. So I have Nando Savage here with me today, and we're going to show you a drill that we can do to see if your ankle mobility is fine. So we're going to have Fernando come inside the squat rack here, and you're going to take your hand, and you're going to bring it about a fist distance away. Okay, so you put your fist here between the wall and your foot, and this distance is going to be somewhere around 4 inches. Okay, so now without letting your heel come off the floor, you're going to try to get your knee to touch the wall. If you can do so, you can safely assume that you have good enough ankle mobility to squat, and this is not an issue for you. If you can't do it, then you're going to need to work on ankle mobility in order to allow you to not compensate with the trunk lean in your squat. Okay, the other way you can test now your hips for mobility is come onto your hands and knees here for me, Fernando. And what we're going to have here is, we're going to start with his hips in front of his knees, so rock forward for me. Alright, by doing a rock back and quadruped, you're going to sit back and try to see if you can maintain your spine angle. If you can maintain this spine angle with the hips going past 90 degrees, you can assume that you have enough mobility at the hips to disassociate the spine and the hips, and you're good to go for squats. If you come forward and all of a sudden you start to go back and your spine starts to bend, you may not have enough hip mobility, and that may be where you need to target your mobility training to get a better squat. Okay, but if all your mobility stuff is clear, you can try these two things because you can now make the assumption that it's a stability issue. Okay, so come on, Fernando, we're going to come over here. The first thing we can do to improve the stability of your front squat is using the concept of reactive neuromuscular training, which has been popularized by Gray Cook. Okay, what that pretty much states is that wherever your weakness lies, we're just going to kind of bring it out to force you to have to fight or compensate against it. So if you have a trunk lean in the squat, what we can do is have you hold the weight over here, so now it's trying to pull you forward. So you're forcing yourself to have to stay upright, otherwise the band's going to pull you forward. So we'll have Fernando bring the weight overhead. We're going to have him come down to a nice little squat here. And now this will force you to stay more upright. So if it's a stability issue, this is one way we can start to tease those things out. Once you get good at this, we're going to take you out of this position because now we want to train you without that stimulus. And we can bring ourselves into a kettlebell front squat. This again will now keep the anterior core firing, but now allow us to add strength on top. So we'll bring it up into the rack position here. And then we're going to have Fernando squat. And now the bells will help you stay upright, allow you to build some strength in the upper back, and start to tease out a little bit of the stability issues as well, add a little bit of strength. And as you get better here, you bring that right into your pattern with your back squat, your front squat, or whatever it may be. Give these things a try. See if they help you with your front squat or any of your squats, just making sure that we're trying to get rid of that lean in the squat due to stability issues. If you found mobility issues in your squat, make sure we address them. I'll leave you some kind of comments down below. Otherwise, leave your questions, comments, concerns down below in the comments section, and I'll see you next Tuesday.